Microphone check 1 2 1 2 3 4. The top spot in the division is on the line as Fredonia and Buffalo State meet to kick off the weekend on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Hello and welcome to Steele Hall on the Fredonia State campus. I'm Aaron Elpern along for the call of this afternoon's game from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. And the Blue Devils and Bengals meeting here for a second time this season, and the division lead at the quarter pole of the season is at stake. Buffalo State comes in with a divisional record of 3-1 in the UNYCHL D2 West. Meanwhile, Fredonia 2-0-1. Blue Devils took the earlier contest last month in Buffalo 6-1, so they currently hold the tiebreaker. No mistaking this as just any other game on the schedule, though. This has league playoff implications as well as national tournament implications. The first AAU college hockey national rankings came out this week, and in the AAU D2 rankings, these two teams are side by side. Fredonia 27th, Buffalo State comes in at 28th. More importantly, that makes them third and fourth amongst UNYCHL teams. The top two teams in the league get automatic bids to the AAU national tournament. So that adds just another layer of significance today for the Blue Devils and Bengals. The Fredonia Blue Devils last in action here on the Nickel City Hockey Network a week ago, where they fell in overtime 5-4 to Erie Community College. Blue Devils had leads of 3-0 in the second period and 4-3 in the third, but could not hold off the Cats. Lucas Williams scoring twice in that game, while Brady Ventura had a goal and an assist in the loss for Fredonia. It was a bit of a short staff for the Blue Devils, just four defensemen who had to play a lot of minutes against an ECC squad that also looks to be right in the mix of the divisional race. It looks like a little bit deeper of a bench today for the Blue Devils. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Buffalo State just wrapping up a run of games against Division I opponents. 5 of the last 6 Bengal opponents were Division I teams, and the 1-5 record corresponds with that. Buffalo State in a unique situation this season, playing both in UNYCHL D1 and D2. The coaching staff is hopeful that the tough competition in D1 will provide some added seasoning for the Division II portion of the schedule. Bengals have played a total of 13 games this season, and due to that, seeing a little bit of the injury bug coming through, and some names that we'll highlight throughout the contest, some names not in the lineup today that the Bengals will have to find a way to replace in terms of that offensive output, including their leading scorer, number 7, Ian Worth, not in the lineup today. On the other side of things, Fredonia is a team that certainly, as we've seen in some of our broadcasts already here this year, it's a team that loves to push the pace from the back end, look for all of their defensemen to be active, especially number 26, the captain, Nate Kernan, number 4, Sam Schlifke. Kernan leads the team in points with 9. Schlifke not too far behind. He is third on the team in points. However, not to mistake, though, there are some skilled forwards to keep an eye on. Adam Polito, number 17, Colton Clendenning, number 8, Brady Ventura, also mentioned for his performance in the last game, number 23. Some of the offensive forwards to go along with the offensive defensemen. But ready to go here for puck drop as warm-ups are done. Both teams have scooped up the pucks from the ice and ready to go here for the lack of fanfare you'll notice here, as this is at Fredonia here. It's just straight into the opening faceoff. No anthems, no player introductions, just right to the opening whistle. So ready to go here, faceoff in this key UNYCHL D2 West game. Buff State currently technically holding the lead in the division with the 3-1 record. Fredonia State has the tiebreaker, however, 2-0-1 record. The head-to-head win coming last month, 6-1 in favor of the Fredonia Blue Devils, that game being played at Buffalo State. We're about ready to go here for face-off. Thanks for joining us this afternoon on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Puck is down and we're underway from Steele Hall on the Fredonia campus. Thank you again for joining our broadcast as the puck in the Fredonia zone right now, starting the breakout, the defenseman Nate Kernan. Up the left wing wall, onto the stick of Colton Clendenning. He dumps it into the offensive zone, chasing it down himself with Ryan Miller on him. Getting that pass Miller did to Monahan, and he starts the breakout. This is Brendan O'Donnell through the neutral zone, cuts across the blue line before losing possession of the puck in the high slot. Fredonia starting back in the other direction with Adam Polito. Polito dumping it in, then he gets run into by Ryan Miller. That allows Jack Campbell to pick it up for the Bengals. Campbell with a head of steam up the left wing wall, tries a backhand pass but can't get it into the middle of the ice, trying to find O'Donnell with that pass. Fredonia finding possession but just chipping it up the near wall. Monahan taking possession of that one. Campbell helps it along in over the blue line. Schlifke back forward as the Bengals changing a little less than a minute into the action. Zablonski with some room to set things up. Pass comes up the far wall, too far for its intended target print up, and it's picked up by Damian Ish. Bengals looking to counter, and now it's going to be Owen Gang's pass off the near boards, picked up here by Colby Lawrence. Lawrence through the neutral zone, gaining the blue line. He's got 4 men on him, though. Throws a backhander towards the front of the net. Goes off the side of the cage and then grabbed by the starting netminder, number 30, Ethan Hayden. Hayden hangs on for a whistle. We have our first stoppage a little bit more than a minute in. 18:48 remaining in the first period. No score yet between the Bengals and Blue Devils. Bengals win this face-off from the near dot. Nolan Mitchell's shot doesn't get through. Bengals find possession. Mitchell has it again. He makes sure that one gets deep into the near corner. Kelpin going back for it. First one to it, though, is Lawrence, and it comes back towards the slot, almost getting a good opportunity there. Could have had some good offense if Jake Allen would have been able to settle that one down before a Fredonia player was right on top of him. Bengals back in the defensive zone, now trying to get that defensive pressure set up, as Printup doing some good work there to steal it, now trying to set something up in front of the net, makes a move and fires the shot. A little bit off angle, though. Shot ends up going up over top of the cage. Now back to Kelpin at the point. Shot through traffic. Pad save made by the Bengals starter, A.J. White. Right pad save on that one. Bengals into the offensive zone. Deflected in off the foot of Nolan Mitchell. Bengals making a change. Fredonia will have plenty of time to start it up the far side. Johansson with a little bit of difficulty, but still plenty of time as he settles it down, then feeds it up the far wall. Ryan Miller's the first one to it there for Buff State, though. Fredonia taking possession back. D-to-D pass to the near side to Marcus Johansson. Now back to the other side to Kelpin, and he looks for something up the left wing. Slowly through the neutral zone and dumping it in across the blue line, but Monahan picks it up before it gets much further than the high slot. Bengals looking to counter. Pass goes off the stick of Magnus Indridsson. Bengals with a little bit of juggling in the lineup here to make sure that all players are in the proper spots. And Indridsson up to forward here in today's lineup. They've been playing defense for most of the season. Miller through the neutral zone. Numbers for the Bengals, 3-on-2. Miller fakes the shot, drops it to Indridsson. Quick snapshot, and one off the arm of the netminder Hayden. Back to the point to Monahan, the only one back here at the point right now. He's got Miller coming back, but he just carries it up the near side. Monahan's turning shot doesn't get to the net, but Indridsson there, almost with a chance in tight. Aaron Johnson's backhander. That one goes off the pad of the netminder Hayden. Good shift here by the third line for the Bengals. Johnson, Indridsson, and White. White and Johnson putting some pressure on right next to the Fredonia bench. Blue Devils finding possession as they settle it down with Mulville. Mulville carrying it through the middle of the ice and now slowly into the neutral zone, gains the red line and dumps it in here to the near corner. Monahan back for it for Buff State. Man on him, and he banks it off the near boards to Campbell. Campbell tries to get it out of the zone, but unable to get that one past Reese Taylor. And it's going to be Printup making sure that one gets deep in the zone. First one to it there is Owen Gang, and he has some room to start it up. Bengals can't get it out in the first attempt, but eventually it's going to be Vincent Zach loading it up in the neutral zone with some speed. Can't maintain possession as he gets it into the Fredonia end. And now it's going to be Kernan getting it to Schlifke. Schlifke with a man on him, quickly getting that one across to Kernan, who had to be equally quick to get that one up ice as he had Vincent Zach right on him. Bengals setting up a regroup play in front of their own net. Pass comes over to the near side, but bounces over the stick of Campbell, and it's going to be Kernan walking in. Shot goes off the side of the net. Gang tries to play it up the near side, but he can't get that one to Campbell as Fredonia setting up some pressure here in the zone to our right. Campbell finding it, though, and he gets it up to O'Donnell. O'Donnell through the neutral zone, 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. Losing control and putting some pressure on Schlifke in the corner. Good play by the defenseman there. Spin away from that pressure. Get that one up towards the blue line. Shot by Ryan Marchiello goes off a skate, and Ish will have to settle it down with Polito right on him. Good work there by the Buff State defenseman to get it away from Polito and make sure that the Bengals get it into the offensive zone as we approach the 15-minute mark of period number one. Still no score as both teams continuing to feel each other out and kind of trade possession back. Neither team really having too many great scoring opportunities yet as both teams playing a lot of hockey in the neutral zone so far. Chance for Polito to carry it through the neutral zone with some speed. Steps over the blue line and lets a shot go through a screen that didn't hit the net. Missing the net wide, but it's going to be picked up by Clendenning. He has some room there. Lets a shot go. A hard snapshot. That one didn't miss the far top crossbar by a whole lot. Picked up by Mitchell, and he starts it up the far side. A little bit of room to operate, and he cuts back towards the near side. Now a lot of room in the neutral zone. A little bit of difficulty handling it, but it still gets it across the blue line. Now he drops a pass to Allen. Snapshot through traffic. That doesn't get through, but Monahan's shot does. That one just barely missed the far post. Miller unable to keep it in on the far side, and it's going to be Printup 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. Goes through his legs and gets a shot away. A.J. White making the pad save. Puck drops right in front of him. He falls right on top of it and holds on for a whistle. 14:25 now remaining in the first period. Face-off coming up to the right of A.J. White in the Bengal zone. Our broadcast today brought to you by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. Simulators, lessons, leagues, Buffalo Golf and Social is the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Puck sent down low by Hare. Bengals starting it up the far side. Steve White's pass doesn't connect. Now it's going to be Elias Printup picking it up. Printup with Ish on him. Gets a backhand pass towards the front of the net. It sits in the crease for a moment. Good poise there by Magnus Industrin to settle it down, and now he skates it up ice. Indridson across the blue line, but 1-on-3 into the offensive zone. Not a whole lot to be developed there, and it's going to be Mulville spinning it behind his net, looking to start the breakout on the far side. Comes back to the near side, and now it's going to be Mulville with a little bit of room to skate it up the wall. Mulville with Indridson on him, tries to cut towards the slot. It's going to be taken away by that's Aaron Johnson getting run over as he gets the pass up ice. Zach unable to maintain possession. The pass, however, goes off the linesman's leg, and now it's going to be finding possession in the neutral zone, Kevin Monahan. Monahan and Miller trying to pick that one up along the near boards. That was Carson Miller. And it's going to be the Bengals finding possession with Vincent Zach just inside his own blue line. Zach into the neutral zone to O'Donnell, but a good play by Carson Miller to take that one away from him. Fredonia gets it into the offensive zone, picked up there by Damian Ish, and he tries to start it up ice, but that one goes off the stick of Brendan O'Donnell. O'Donnell making up for it by getting his stick into that passing lane, and now Monahan has control of it as we're under 13 minutes to go in the period. Campbell through the neutral zone, gets it to O'Donnell, who takes that shot. That one gets deflected on its way through. Netminder Hayden had to readjust to that one as it went off the glove of the defender Kalpin in front of the net. Hayden ends up making the stop and holding on for a whistle as we're under 13 minutes to go in a scoreless first period. Fredonia making a change in the back end, getting a new pair of defenders out there. And it is the top pair of Schlifke and Kernan, the first and third leading scorers on the team. Schlifke with that pass up ice, gets it to the far blue line, but a good play by Ryan Miller to get in the way. Miller then comes back in the opposite direction, tries to go through the legs of Kernan. Good defensive play by his counterpart there. The two captains going head-to-head on that one-on-one. Kernan now back in the other direction to Ventura. Ventura with Zach on him, lets a shot go from a weird angle. That one goes off the shoulder of A.J. White. Now Ventura tries to get it back out in front, but the Bengals come away with it. Jake Allen up the left wing. Tries to cut towards the front of the ice, but the two players on him, one in front and one behind. Fredonia doing a good job of creating a turnover there. And now Schlifke starts it up the far side with a pass to Ventura. Ventura cuts around one man in the neutral zone, but gets run over by Jake Allen. Kobe Lawrence dumping it into the far corner as the Bengals look to set up a little bit of pressure here in the near zone. Puck comes up the far wall where Kernan starts the breakout. Into the neutral zone. This is going to be Jude Lord dumping it in deep. He goes to chase in after it as A.J. White comes out of his net, setting up a possible rush opportunity for Allen. Allen across the blue line, steps around one defender and lets a shot go. Save is made by Hayden, but it comes right back out in front. Getting tied up there in front of the net was Colby Lawrence, but the net comes off the moorings in the process. As a little bit of activity there in front of the Fredonia net. Lawrence unable to get that shot away before the play being blown dead. And a face-off can be coming up to the left of the netminder Hayden. Good rush up ice there started by the Bengals netminder A.J. White with a long pass into the neutral zone right onto the tape of Jake Allen. Almost set it up a good rush opportunity. Good play by Allen to get himself towards the front of the net. Save made in the first offing there by Ethan Hayden. Then another save there after the face-off. And we get another faceoff coming up from that same dot. Fredonia getting some new personnel out there, unable to make that change with the net coming off the moorings initially. Loose puck off the draw, and it's going to be Lawrence kicking it forward, now battling with Mulville for possession. Polito comes over to help for Fredonia, and the Blue Devils move it into the neutral zone with Giroux. Giroux dumps that one into the far corner. It's going to be Owen Gang hunting it down here on the near side. Up the boards to Mitchell. Mitchell unable to get that one out of the zone. Good play by Polito to make sure that stayed inside the blue line. Clendenning's pass in front of the net, slides under the stick of Gang and right onto the tape of Giroux, but his shot misses the net wide. And now Hare's shot from distance goes right into the glove of A.J. White. He hangs on for another stoppage as we're under 11 minutes to play in what is still a scoreless first period. Our broadcast today brought to you by Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. Colton Clendenning and Steve White battling for a loose puck in the far corner. Clendenning gets it back to the point. Shot taken from there by Mulville. Crowd in front of the net, but A.J. White manages to see through that crowd, making a glove save and holding on for another stoppage. Fredonia now making a wholesale change as we have 10:41 to go in period one. Another busy weekend in the UNYCHL this weekend. Several other games on tap in the league tonight. Rochester at Mercyhurst is the first one coming up later on today. That is a 7 p.m. start. Run down the rest of the games on the UNYCHL schedule as we continue with our broadcast here today. 10:25 to go in the first period as Fredonia sets up possession behind their own net. Banking it off the far wall. Bengals getting into a passing lane. Steve White getting the interception there, forcing the Blue Devils to set back up again. Pass comes through the neutral zone, but it goes off the stick of McGrath, and now it's going to be Miller starting it up the left wing wall. 3 Blue Devils on him, though, as Miller manages to get it deep in the offensive zone, but he's still got some pressure on him. Still manages to get it to Indrickson, who had to try to spin to get that one around towards the front. Puck comes up the near side, as it's going to be Monahan settling it down in his own zone. Monahan gains the blue line and now gets it up to Hager, who can't maintain possession, sent right back into the Bengals zone, right off the stick of Connor McGrath. Owen Gang starting it from behind his own net, goes through the legs of Hager, unable to handle that pass. And now Johansson tries to dump it in, but he dumps it right into the leg of the linesman, who was trying to get out of the way by jumping on top of the Bengals bench. 9:30 remaining in the first period as Fredonia goes D-to-D in their own zone before getting it up to Ventura. Good play there along the scorer's box as it was Brennan O'Donnell getting in the way and taking that puck away for Buff State. And now it's going to be Gang starting it on the near side. Gang across the blue line, gets it across the blue and then fires it in towards the net. Now it's going to be O'Donnell putting some pressure on behind. He gets it out in front. He's got a man there, but the backhand off the stick of Vincent Zach, just barely missing the cage. Shot from the point gets deflected wide, but the Bengals find possession down low with Campbell. Campbell can't keep control of it as Williams floats it through the neutral zone. This could be a break for Ventura. Ventura with a half step on the defenders. It gets through A.J. White, and the rebound sitting there for Carson Miller. Puts it into the back of the net. Not a whole lot there that could be done as Miller had the first step to that loose puck along the goal line. Poked it in with one hand, and it's 1-0 Blue Devils. Fredonia taking advantage of some numbers through the neutral zone. Buffalo State getting caught on the offensive end. Only one player back defensively for Buff State. Still managed to force the shot from the wide side. However, unable to make a clean stop on that was the Buff State netminder. Puck ends up trickling behind him into the crease, and then the latecomer on the play, Carson Miller, puts it home. It's 1-0 Fredonia with 8:40 now remaining in the first. Just like in the first meeting between these two teams, it was a feeling out process for a while, but eventually Fredonia got the game's first goal. They would add 2 more before the end of the first period. We'll see how the rest of this first period goes, as we still have a little bit more than 8 minutes remaining. Ryan Miller picking it up for the Bengals, and he starts it up the far side to Colby Lawrence. Lawrence dumping it in on net, and that one's handled by the netminder Hayden, who looks to play it to a defenseman, but eventually there's some pressure coming in the form of Ryan Miller. Decides to hang on for a stoppage, and as we now have 8:12 remaining in the period, faceoff should come to the glove hand side of Ethan Hayden. Bengals winning the draw. Right back to Lawrence, and he tries to get that shot through. Can't quite get it off quick enough. Good play by Colton Clendenning, cutting off that lane and forcing that play to that shot to be deflected up into the rafters. Another face-off from that exact same dot, only a few seconds ticking away. Bengals again, a clean face-off win. This time the shot gets through. The save was made by Hayden. It did fall in front of him, though. First one, too, it was one of his defensemen smartly getting that one up towards the boards. Bengals picking it up as it's going to be Owen Gang getting it up to Jake Allen. Allen can't handle that pass, and now a loose puck in the neutral zone handled by Polito. Polito across to Kernan. Kernan sidesteps one man and then takes a little bit of a bump, but still maintains possession. Takes a shot from just inside the top of the circle. Can't get it on net as it goes off the far glass. Ish behind his net. Backhand pass to Owen Gang. Gang with a long pass into the neutral zone. That one chipped ahead by Allen and then floated into the Bengals zone back again. Ish will have to be quick to get that one up ice, and he does so, getting it to Lawrence. Lawrence dumping it into, that's Johnson dumping it into the offensive zone as Ish is up ice with him. Carrying it up the near side is going to be Williams for Fredonia. Williams gaining the blue line, tries to get that shot through traffic. Good block by Hager, but it's spun right back towards the front of the net, almost getting to a Fredonia player. Good play by Monahan to settle it down. Monahan getting that one up ice. That one's deflected, so no icing on this play as Hayden comes out of his net to set it up for Mulville. Mulville with Hager on him as he just drops it back to Hare. Hare up the near side to Williams. Williams into the neutral zone for Ventura, who gloves it down, chips it around the defender, and then puts on some pressure for Miller. Miller, though, making a good play to get away from that pressure, and now he's got a head of steam up the left wing. Ryan Miller, the Bengals captain, gets it across the blue line. 2 Fredonia players joining to meet him there. Takes a little bit of a bump from Polito and spins it back to the other side. Monahan going to try to chase it down here at the point. Monahan gets it deep in the offensive zone, but the only one there to pick it up is going to be Connor Hare. Hare's pass up the near side, doesn't get out of the zone, kept in by Monahan. Indridson losing control as it's going to be taken up the near side by Eli Mulville. Mulville cuts towards the slot. Now he has some room in the high slot. Shot gets deflected just wide, and then it goes off the backboards. Right back out to A.J. White. He hangs on for another whistle as we now have 6:02 remaining in the first period. Our broadcast today brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Bengals trying to get a long clearing play into the neutral zone, though. Fredonia keeping it in. And now Ish knocks his man down behind the net. 2 Fredonia players in close proximity, though. One player actually slow to get back up. Beneficial whistle there, perhaps, as the Fredonia player was lingering along the ice there for a while. The Bengals had possession and were starting up ice, and that's when the play was blown dead. So potentially a beneficial quick whistle there for Fredonia. Goes against the Buff State perspective, and at least the faceoff will be coming up here in the neutral zone, which is where the puck was when the play was blown dead. 5:46 remaining in the period. It's a 1-0 Fredonia lead. As mentioned, several other games going on tonight in the UNYCHL. St. Bonaventure's Division I team, they're at St. John Fisher at 7:45. That game taking place at the former Bill Gray's Iceplex, which is now known as Tim Hortons Iceplex. Make sure you make note of that in your programs. Also at the Erie Insurance Arena, it's Allegheny at Gannon. That is an 8 p.m. start. Cornell's D2 team faces Ithaca at 8:15. Bengals starting it up the far side. Vincent Zach off the skate of O'Donnell. And now O'Donnell looking to put on some pressure there on the far side. Bengals forcing a turnover. Monahan up ice to Zach, and he banks it off the far boards, but that one ends up in the bench of Fredonia. So we get another stoppage in play, just a little bit more than 5 minutes to go in the period. Two more games on the schedule to note. Brockport at Canisius. That's an 8:30 start at the Nichols School. Meanwhile, Binghamton, the top-ranked team in the nation, they're on Long Island this weekend visiting Farmingdale. That's a 9 p.m. start. Shot from distance on goal from Kevin Monahan. Like it was a rather casual save there from Hayden. But Fredonia able to find possession, and now it's going to be Kernan slowly starting it up the far side. Pass goes off a Bengals skate, and Buff State's going to find possession at least for a moment. It's going to be a pass up the far side that banks off the far boards, and now Kernan picks it up again. Kernan steps around one man and gets it to Printup. Printup goes to make a move around Monahan, keeps possession in the corner as Monahan stays right on top of him. Near side to Owen Gang as he looks to get it out of the zone for the Bengals. D-to-D pass, and now it's going to be Lawrence looking to move it through the neutral zone. Good defensive play as not a whole lot being offered there at center ice. Quickly cutting off that lane was Ryan Zablonski. Back behind his own net, Kevin Monahan looking to set up the breakout for the Bengals. Near side to Mitchell, and it goes off a skate. Monahan picks it up again. Monahan with a little bit of speed gets around one defender out towards the slot. Good defensive play, Zablonski again. Second time in this shift we've called his name for a good defensive play. This time he keeps that pass from getting to the front of the net, which would have been a golden opportunity for the Bengals. Bengals now looking to counter. Mitchell getting it deep, but now he just puts some pressure on Kernan, who reverses direction to Clendenning on the far side. Clendenning with some room through the neutral zone. In on Ish, and he looks to spin it behind the net, taking a hit from Allen. Coming back hard defensively. It's a second hit he's thrown here on this shift as the Bengals looking to ramp up the physicality. Marciello taking a puck away and looking to get a breakout pass, but he can't keep it away from Polito. Polito looking for that wraparound, unable to get it around the pad of A.J. White. Blue Devils ramping up the pressure here after getting the first goal. Eli Mulville picks it up in the neutral zone, carries it back in across the blue line, makes a move to get it towards the front of the net. sitting there in front for a moment. Giroux comes in and lets a shot go. That one goes off the bottom of the glove of A.J. White. Glendenning and Marchiello run into each other. Puck comes towards the front of the net to Giroux. His shot just barely misses the net. And now Marchiello looking to get it to Hager. Hager can't get it around Hare, and Fredonia keeps it in. Hare down low with Giroux, putting some pressure on, trying to come up with that loose puck. Polito helping as well. Polito takes it away from Hager, but it's going to be Indridson picking it up from him. Indridson trips as he comes into the neutral zone, and that's going to afford an opportunity for Ventura to carry it up. Ventura only alone there in the offensive zone with Miller on him. So the Bengals get a chance to start up the near side, but they turn the puck over in their own zone. Puck comes back towards the front of the net. Miller with an opportunity to get his second of the game. Just got tied up as he tried to let that backhander go. Bengals a little bit sloppy with that breakout. They had plenty of time to get it up ice as they had their opponents changing, but were so slow with the play that they ended up creating their own turnover with their own errant passing. Faceoff will come up in the near circle, and it's going to be Carson Miller on for the draw. Brendan O'Donnell on for Buff State. Bengals win possession briefly. Campbell can't quite settle it down, but it's intercepted by Kevin Monahan. Monahan in through the neutral zone, gains the blue line, lets a shot go from distance. Stick save made by Hayden. Comes back towards the near point, and now into the neutral zone. It's going to be picked up by Ventura. Ventura gains the blue line as a Bengals defender falls. Miller on Ventura as the two players go to the corner. Vincent Zach coming over to help out, but it comes towards the front of the net nonetheless. Miller almost with an opportunity to get his second of the game as the puck was right there on the doorstep, but we have a whistle being blown in the corner. Referee signaling an interference call. I think this is going against Fredonia. We still have a couple players tied up left of the cage. It's going to be Ventura heading to the penalty box, pleading his case to the referee, but the interference call is being made, and it's going to be the Bengals getting a chance on the power play. A little bit more than 2 minutes to go in the period, and a 2-minute power play for Buff State. Trailing 1-0. This is opportune time in the game to get a power play advantage for sure. Interference call against Brady Ventura. And now Buff State looks to set up the power play as they get O'Donnell out for the faceoff, cleanly winning that draw and getting it back to Allen. Allen across to Campbell. Campbell to the near side to Miller. He takes a shot after he settles down that pass, then goes off the side of the net. And now it's going to be Miller and Kernan spilling to the ice behind the net. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Blue Devils getting it clear. A.J. White setting it up for Allen. Allen stops behind the net with some pressure from Polito. Campbell, cross-ice pass, and now O'Donnell through the neutral zone. O'Donnell across the blue line, looking for a pass to the far side. He's got a man there, and then towards the front of the net. It was passing back and forth between Mitchell and Miller. Maybe one extra pass too many. Didn't end up getting a shot away in the end. Midpoint, slap shot taken by Allen. That one gets through. Pad save made by Hayden. Bengals set up the power play again. Cross-ice pass. Allen again with a man on him. Can't maintain possession. This could be a breakaway opportunity for McGrath. McGrath with a man in front of the net. Takes the shot himself. Polito almost settled down that rebound, but couldn't quite get the backhand to spin around towards the front of the net. Bengals avoid a power play opportunity, or a shorthanded opportunity, as almost a 2-on-0 setting up there in transition. 50 seconds remaining in the period as Allen brings it across the blue line. Chopped away from him by Kernan, and that's going to give Printup a chance to clear it down the ice, and he does so all the way in on goal. And with 40 seconds to go in both the penalty and the power play, it's going to be Indridson picking it up along the blue line. Cross-ice pass to Campbell. He's got a man in front of the net, right on goal. Pad save made. Had Mitchell going towards the front of the net for a tip or a rebound chance. Allen at the midpoint, can't get that slap shot through, and maybe Printup with another breakaway opportunity. Printup gets it through and out-muscles Allen to get the breakaway, but he can't get it through the legs of A.J. White. 15 seconds to go in the period. Mitchell through the neutral zone. Campbell across the blue line. 2 men on him. He spins towards the point. Back in through the slot, and it's going to be picked up by Mitchell in the far corner with 5 to go in the period. Mitchell towards the point, settled down there by Campbell, and the period will expire before the Bengals are able to get a shot away. And the period ends as the penalty expires. It is a 1-0 score after 20 minutes of play. And supporters of our broadcast also include Pups Styled by Jesse, with one-on-one grooming services that will have your dog looking forward to its next visit. Pup Styled by Jesse, voted Best of 716 Pet Groomer for 2022 and 2023, located on Main Street in Clarence, just east of Transit Road. Our supporters also include Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. A 1-0 score after 20 minutes of play. It is Fredonia out in front, getting the goal about midway through period number 1. That coming off the stick of number 9, Carson Miller, picking up his second goal of the season. Shots on goal in the first period, 14-13 in favor of Fredonia. We're going to step away here for the first intermission. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for period number 2. You're watching live coverage of AAU college hockey on the Nickel City Hockey Network, Western New York's new broadcast home for amateur hockey.
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
I created Buffalo Golf and Social for one reason: to create a space that's different and unique from any other golf facility you've ever been to. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to enjoy. You ready? People ask, what is Buffalo Golf and Social? Buffalo Golf and Social is anything you want it to be. It can be the best instruction. It can be a vibe. It can be a hangout with your friends, running a simulator for 4 hours, playing your own playlist, and putting a game up on the TV. We are about everything and anything pertaining to golf. And most importantly, we are trying to build a community of players and a community of people who love and are dedicated to the game.
Buffalo State broadcast supporters include Ivy League Pharmacy, a locally owned neighborhood pharmacy for over 60 years. Ivy League can cover your immunization needs, also CBD products, home health care, and any other pharmacy essentials. Ivy League Pharmacy, 2446 Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. Also by Envious Gameware, the official uniform provider of Buffalo State College Club Hockey. And by Colvin Cleaners for dry cleaning, wash and fold, tailoring, and more. Colvin Cleaners is who the Bengals trust to keep their uniforms the sharpest in the league. ColvinCleaners.com or visit them on Elmwood Avenue in Kenmore. And welcome back to Steele Hall on the Fredonia State campus. We're about set for second period action. Hello, I'm Aaron Elpern, joining you from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. After 20 minutes of play here from Steele Hall, it is 1-0 Fredonia. Carson Miller scoring his second goal of the season to give the Blue Devils the 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Buffalo State had a power play at the end of period number 1. That one just expired at the end of the period, so it'll be 5-on-5 as we get going here in second period action. And second period coverage brought to you by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Buffalo Golf and Social, locations in downtown Buffalo and Orchard Park. Both teams taking the ice here for the second period. As mentioned, it will be 5-on-5 to start off this frame. And in first period play, as mentioned, it was Carson Miller getting the game's only goal, that coming at the 8:47 mark of the period. Assist going to number 23, Brady Ventura, and number 2, Lucas Williams. Underway in second period play, Giroux with possession of it for the Blue Devils, but unable to get it deep in the Buff State zone. Gets helped out by Adam Polito, though, and he gets it all the way deep where it's going to be Ryan Miller looking to start it up for the Bengals. Miller up ice to Zach, but he can't get that one up to O'Donnell, and the Blue Devils send it down deep again. Now it's going to be Monahan looking to start the breakout. Dangerous looking pass there towards the middle of the ice. Clendenning in an area to at least intercept it, unable to really settle it down and create a scoring opportunity out of it. Fredonia back in the other direction. Johansson dumping it in here on the near corner. It goes all the way around behind the net. And now it's a loose puck behind the net. Giroux the first one to it. He gets it towards a streaking defender, but end up leading to a numbers opportunity for the Bengals. O'Donnell up ice. He's got Campbell with him. Gets it across to Campbell. Just can't maintain possession to get the shot away as he took the pass and had it kind of slide between his legs before he was able to fire the shot. Net ends up coming off the moorings as Fredonia back hard defensively. opportunity for the Bengals there in transition, but unable to make it pay off as the fresh ice may be working against them here in the early part of the period. Face-off to the right of Hayden. Hayden faced 13 shots, making all 13 saves in period number 1. Johansson setting it up behind his net with Allen putting some light pressure on him. Johansson starting it up the near side, then just floating it through the neutral zone and giving it back to Damian Ish, and the Bengals take possession in their own end. Looking to counter, but they can't connect on that pass in the neutral zone. It's going to be Ish picking it up again in his own zone. Looking for a pass, and he goes D to Gang. Gang doesn't see anything he likes in that first opportunity, so he goes back to Ish, and the two defensemen continue to play catch with it. Gang with it in the far corner. Now he's got some room to get that one up to Caden Mendick. Mendick up the right wing wall, gains the blue line, cuts towards the slot, gets the shot in on goal. Kind of got deflected before it got to the netminder. Hayden makes the save, and then before any of the Bengals could get there for a rebound, he puts the big left-hand catching glove over top of it and holds on for a whistle now with 18:30 to go in the second period. Allen on for this face-off against Printup, and it's going to be Fredonia finding possession off the draw, and Nate Kernan looking to lead the breakout up the far wing. Banks it off the glass and into the neutral zone. Monahan gloves it down, but it's going to be Fredonia finding possession long enough to get it deep in the Bengals zone. Printup putting some pressure on, but it's going to be Miller starting it up. Miller can't get that one to Allen, but he retreats back to the near corner. Gets it up to Monahan, and then it's deflected into the Fredonia bench off the stick of Nolan Mitchell, who offers a quick apology to the Fredonia players, making sure that no ill will was intended there with that deflection. And the faceoff will come deep in the Bengals zone with almost 2 minutes gone in period number 2. Game here is a battle for UNYCHL D2 West supremacy. Bengals currently technically leading the division with a 3-1 mark in the division. However, that one loss was to Fredonia. They have a 2-0-1 record. So this game will go a long ways toward deciding who is going to have that quarter season lead in the division. Shot gets blocked as it comes in off the stick of Sam Schlifke, and now it's going to be Miller in the other direction. Chips that one around Kernan. Now has it down low. Just can't get that shot on goal. Maybe it rolled on him before he let it go, and it goes right over top of the crossbar and into the protective netting in the corner. And we'll have a face-off here in the near dot of the Fredonia zone. Bengals getting an opportunity there created by the defenseman Ryan Miller. Just couldn't quite finish it off with that shot on goal. Miller goes to the bench for a change. A new set of defenders come out for the Bengals, and it's going to be Indridson on for the face-off. Elias Printup on the other side for Fredonia. Indridson playing it forward but can't find possession again. It's played behind the net by the Blue Devils. Pass coming across just inside the blue line, gets deflected to the neutral zone where Damian Ish heads back for it. Ish with a man on him, circling the net, looking for an option. Gets it away from a little bit of that pressure. Now he's looking to skate it up the left wing. Damian Ish gets it to the Fredonia blue line before he takes a hit. Now it's going to be Kernan looking to counter. Kernan with a step on the defender here on the near side, deep in the zone now as he looks for a pass towards the front of the net. He had Printup there. Puck comes sliding in front of the net. Zablonski and Printup unable to find possession of that loose puck as the pass from Kernan came right through the mid-crease. Mulville on the far side stops and then fires a shot, but that one ends up hitting his teammate Printup, who gets the pass and then back to Mulville, but then ends up bouncing over his stick, and Mulville has to go back into the neutral zone. Pass up to the near blue line, but that's going to be an offsides play as Fredonia trying to get that change in, but with the second period being happening right now, the forwards are on the in-zone part of the bench, so as they were making that change, Williams unable to clear the zone to negate the offsides. Might have been an opportunity there in transition for Fredonia, so a bad little bit of luck given by the fact that it is the second period. Bengals win the draw and get the puck into the neutral zone. O'Donnell picking it up and carrying it across the blue line. O'Donnell in the near corner with two men on him. Still gets it to the front of the net. A bouncing puck goes off the glove of hair, and then into the catching glove of the goaltender as a player down below the goal line, slow to get back up, one of the Fredonia players. Looks like the defenseman Eli Mulville's slow to get up, maybe favoring some sort of leg issue. Gets a little bit of help from a teammate, but clearly in a bit of discomfort as two teammates now each throw a shoulder around him to help him back to the bench. Eli Mulville, part of what was an understaffed defensive unit last week, just the four defensemen for Fredonia, little bit deeper on the back end today, and certainly would rather not see the loss of any of their players, I'm sure, but a little bit more depth to deal with it today than they would have in the game last week. So Fredonia makes their substitution, and we get a face-off now with 16:40 to go in the period. Scramble for a loose puck, poked forward by Vincent Zach. Good play to find possession for the Bengals. He gets a shot on goal, rebound chance there. O'Donnell can't get it on goal. I'm not sure if the goaltender slid across and got a stick on that one. I believe that he did reach across with the paddle to deflect that one out of play. Golden opportunity for the Bengals on the doorstep. That one created by the defensive play by the blue line by Vincent Zach, and then he got that shot on goal. Rebound came out to O'Donnell, but looks like that was a whisker of a save off the end of the stick by the goaltender, keeping this one a 1-0 Fredonia lead. Puck comes back into the neutral zone, and it's going to be Monahan picking it up in his own end. Stops just inside the blue line, makes a pass to Vincent Zach, who's got a man on him. Zach now circles again, and he gets that pass up ice to O'Donnell, tries to sidestep a defender. Good play by Kernan to cut down that lane. Puck just outside the Bengals zone as it's going to be Zach skating it through the neutral zone with some speed. Poke checked off of his stick by Schlifke, and it's going to be Monahan picking it up here at center ice. Monahan up the near wall, but that one's intercepted by Kernan. Kernan dumping it into the far corner of the Bengals zone as we're under 16 minutes to go in the second period. Campbell gets that one to Monahan, who's got a man on him. Miller helping it up the near side, and here come the Bengals out of the zone, but that pass is behind Allen. Has to try to figure out where the puck is, but eventually gets a little bit of help from number 20, Vincent Zach. Zach off the near boards to Miller. Miller trying to find Campbell with that one, but a good defensive play by Schlifke to step into that lane. Puck is then floated into the neutral zone as a lot of this hockey game has been a neutral zone battle, with both teams trying not to give the other side a whole lot of opportunity in transition. Here comes Kernan in transition as he gets himself from the inside toward the outside. Good tight defensive coverage by Miller, keeping Kernan from getting a shot away, but the Fredonia captain still has possession of it. Down low now as he sidesteps one man and gets a pass back towards the point to Schlifke. Schlifke loads up that wrist shot pad saved by A.J. White. Polito finding the rebound. Can't get the pass in front as it's Monahan intercepting that one. He gets it up to Caden Mendick. Mendick coming in with Campbell. Mendick sidesteps the defender, but a good play by Schlifke driving him into the corner before he can find possession of that one again. Campbell helping out, gets that one to Allen, shot off the side of the net. Allen now trying to find that one again as it's going to be Campbell just playing it towards the front of the net. None of the Bengals really establishing a front position in front of the Fredonia goaltender, so plenty of time for him to settle that one down and hold on for another whistle. Both teams going to make a couple of changes here as we have 14:40 now remaining in the second period. Our broadcast today made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. With simulators, lessons, and leagues, Buffalo Golf and Social is the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Johansson starting the breakout on the near side, banks it off the glass and into the neutral zone, but it's going to be settled down there by Caden Mendick. A little bit of a traffic jam along the near boards. The Bengals finally get that puck free, and it's going to be Mitchell on the far side. Mitchell circling at the hash marks, back to Marciello. His shot gets deflected. A little bit of a stick on puck there is Clendenning keeping that shot from having a lot on it. Marciello almost getting that one on cage. And there's an opportunity for Mitchell on the rebound as the initial shot taken from the near side by Allen. The rebound came right out to Mitchell on the far side. Hayden doing a good job pushing from left to right to make that stop. Net ends up coming off the moorings as he pushed from left to right and came into that far post. So another stoppage now as we have a little bit less than 6 minutes gone in this period. Bengals starting to ramp up a little bit of pressure here in the offensive end. Shot from Allen. That one gets blocked, but it then went from distance from Damian Ish. Almost getting that crowd established in front of the net, but out on top of his blue paint is the netminder Hayden. And he makes another save as Fredonia now looks to make a line change, getting 3 fresh forwards out there as that group had been in their own zone for a fair bit of time there, at least 30 seconds. Good push here by this Bengals unit of Jake Allen, Caden Mendick, and Nolan Mitchell. Fredonia winning the faceoff. Kalpin behind the net to Johansson. He's got Mendick on him, though, as the puck comes up the near side, and Monahan knocking his man down. Fredonia might have some numbers here through the neutral zone. Quickly on that loose puck, though, was Damian Ish. Monahan in the other direction, stops and lets a shot go from the high slot. Can't quite get it on goal as it goes screaming off the back glass. And now it's going to be Marcus Johansson picking it up for the Blue Devils. Pass into the neutral zone. Bengals again intercepting that one. They've been harassing a lot in the neutral zone, and now it looks like they're going to have a penalty coming up here as Caden Mendick, I believe, getting called for a hooking penalty as he has to go and retrieve his stick, though, as he had gotten it tied up with the Fredonia player there in the neutral zone. Referee not hearing any of his argument that it was a holding the stick potentially, but it's going to be Mendick taking a 2-minute hooking penalty, and now it's going to be Fredonia with their first chance on the power play. Bengals had an opportunity in the first period. At the end of the period, unable to make that one succeed. Now it's going to be Fredonia with the chance on the man advantage. Polito and O'Donnell for this face-off to the blocker hand side of A.J. White. Puck is down. Fredonia winning control. Schlifke here at the near point. A little bit of pressure on him, so he just fires it down low. Owen Gang's the first one to it, and he at least gets that one cleared to the neutral zone, but it's going to be Kernan picking up there. Good play to pressure him. Fredonia still had to clear the zone. Jack Campbell putting the pressure on to make sure they didn't have enough time to really slowly bring it in. Bengals taking their time now and killing off a little bit of time here on the power play, as having to come out of his net was Hayden. Bengals doing an even better job now of killing off this penalty, as forcing the goaltender to essentially just give possession back to the Bengals. 30 seconds gone, plus gone on this power play, as the Bengals still have possession. Another clear there by Owen Gang, as now Hayden settles it down for his defenseman Kernan. Kernan out of his own zone, pass up to Polito on the near wall. Polito dumps it in behind the net. First one to it is going to be Owen Gang, and he gets another clear, but that one doesn't get out of the zone. Getting a stick on that one was Kyle Giroux. Bouncing puck, that one's on the tape, and Miller had Campbell through the neutral zone. A little bit too much on it. Campbell unable to settle that one down. That would have been a breakaway opportunity for the Bengals forward. Kernan finally settles that one down and starts it on the near side. Ventura takes a hit there from Miller, and the Bengals find possession again with Zach. Zach across the blue line and lets a shot go through a screen. Not sure if that got on goal and Hayden made the save, or if it went off the defenseman and went wide. Bengals are the team that's actually causing some offensive opportunities here on this Fredonia power play. Blue Devils finally get it set up in the offensive zone. Schlifke's shot from distance gets deflected. White makes the save, and the puck comes to the near side. Schlifke again at the midpoint. Ventura at the top of the circle. He lets that shot go, trying to go high glove side. Not sure if White made the save or if it just went wide. 10 seconds to go on the power play. McGrath on the far wall. Gets it in front of the net. Ventura's there with some time and space, and he gets it past the netminder. It's 2-0 Fredonia with just 5 seconds to go on the power play. They make it pay off. It is now a 2-0 Blue Devil lead. They had two players set up in front of the net. Neither of the Bengals defenders were able to tie him up. Ventura able to find that loose puck and put it home. It is now a 2-0 Fredonia lead, as they managed to make the power play pay off, even though the Bengals had almost killed off the entirety of that one. Fredonia with possession again. Hare with the pass through the neutral zone to Giroux. Marciello taking that one away, but his pass off the mark. Marciello with a second opportunity, can't get that one to Lawrence. Puck is then chipped into the Fredonia bench, and we get a stoppage in play with 11:05 remaining in the period. And our broadcast today brought to you by the Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Contact them, 716-675-5700. Fredonian across the blue line again, but it's going to be Marciello and Lawrence taking it away. Lawrence just floats it through the neutral zone. Fredonia finding possession again. Miller will have to set it up just inside of his own blue line for the Bengals. Miller up to Allen, and now Caden Mendick across the blue line. Mendick loses control of that one. It's going to be Johansson looking to take it away. Unable to get it out of the zone, as it's going to be Miller stepping in to keep that puck in the end. Hare on the far side gets it to the blue line, but no further, as Mendick keeps it in. Getting it down low, whereas it's going to be Johansson looking to start the breakout. Cuts to the right of his net, now skating it through the middle of the ice before feeding a backhand pass to Giroux. Giroux across the blue line, just barely on sides. Shot towards the front of the net. That one ends up being misplayed by the netminder White. Looked like he was trying to angle it to the corner. It ended up going right back through his legs and almost right into the net. Getting a little bit of help there late, as it was Colby Lawrence coming to make sure that one didn't get across the goal line. An anxious moment there for the Buff State side, as it was almost 3-0 on what would have been an own goal. Buff State making some changes now as they get a new forward line out. And this is going to be O'Donnell along with Campbell and Zach. O'Donnell on for the draw against Carson Miller, who had the first Blue Devils goal in this game. Bengals looking for a long clearing play. Vincent Zach's going to beat out the icing, and they get possession in the offensive zone. Zach just banks it behind the net as Bengals look to establish something down low. Zach getting knocked down. Both referees with their arms up. That's going to be a penalty coming up against Fredonia, and a good opportunity for Buff State to try to claw back into this game as we are just barely past the halfway mark. 9:59 to go in the second period, and it is a tripping call being signaled against number 9, Carson Miller. So 2 minutes for tripping against the Fredonia forward, and it's the second opportunity on the power play for the Bengals in today's game. Trailing 2-0, they could certainly use a power play goal at this point. O'Donnell and Printup for the faceoff. Fredonia winning the draw. Schlifke's going to look for a clear. Gets it to the blue line, but it's going to be Campbell at least knocking that one down, but knocking it right down to Printup, who comes in 1-on-2. Shot from distance off the blocker of A.J. White. O'Donnell finding the rebound and now cutting back towards the middle of the ice before feeding a pass up to Campbell. Campbell across the blue line. Cross-ice pass. That one goes off the heel of O'Donnell's stick, but the Bengals keep possession with Allen at the point. Allen to Miller. He winds up with that slap shot. It got deflected by O'Donnell in front. Pad save made by Hayden as the Bengals keep it going with the power play. Miller's shot barely missing the net wide. Kept in at the far side by Campbell. Campbell to Allen. Allen cuts in off the wall. Lets a shot go. Pad save again made by Hayden as Miller gets that pass towards the front of the net. O'Donnell gives it back to Miller, and he keeps it here on the near wall. Miller towards the midpoint before giving it to Allen. Minute 5 to go on the Bengals power play. One-time shot by Miller. Opportunity for a rebound. Mitchell unable to get to that one. Schlifke clearing it to the corner. Mitchell taking it away from him, though, as they look to get reestablished with that power play formation. Now back to the point to Campbell. Campbell to the far side. Hard shot taken by Indridson. Didn't quite get it on goal, but it had a lot on it. Glove down by Mitchell, back towards the slot, and then the slap shot taken from just inside the point by Allen. Bit of a rolling puck, didn't get all he wanted on that one. Glove save is made by Hayden. 40 seconds now remaining on the power play as both teams, actually just Fredonia making some changes. Looks like the same 5 will stay out there for Buff State. Fredonia winning the faceoff, but it comes right back towards the front of the net. Almost a chance there to get a shot away by Mitchell. Settled it down and got the shot away, just couldn't get it on goal. 30 seconds to go in the Buff State power play as the puck goes off the stick of Indridson in the neutral zone, and that's going to give Williams a chance to pick it up. Fredonia now with plenty of an opportunity to kill off more of this penalty. They go back into their own zone before getting that clear. Now just 15 seconds to go in the Buff State power play. Mitchell on the near wall and through the neutral zone to his Ken West teammate Damian Ish. Ish's shot goes off the glove of the netminder, and then Fredonia gets a clear. Now just 2 seconds to go in the power play. Allen back into his own zone. He's got some pressure on him. Indridson on the far side as the teams now skate 5-on-5. Campbell brings it into the offensive zone, tries to go through the legs of the defender, ends up getting some help from Ish, who get it a backhand to the front of the net. Save was made on that quick helping play by Damian Ish as Hayden continues to be perfect here in this one. 7:35 now to go in second period play as Damian Ish forces a turnover and gets that pass out in front to Colby Lawrence. Good save made by Hayden as Lawrence loaded up a little half slap shot from just about 15 feet. Clendenning in the near corner as he gets it deep and chases it down himself. He's got Ish on him as he gets it to the far corner. Back to the point to Hare. His shot misses the net wide, but comes off the backboards right out in front. Chance on that rebound opportunity for Giroux. A.J. White had to make a quick stop, and now it's going to be Owen Gang in the other direction. Gang with a man on him gets the shot towards the net and had a little bit of traffic there as he tried to get that shot through the defenseman. Now has a crowd in front of him as the quick response there, even though he really didn't do too much to try to dig for a rebound, Johansson was quickly over there to talk to him. Not a whole lot of that so far in this game, but anytime there's a play around a goaltender, there's going to be some sort of discussion between players. In that case, Johansson wanted to make sure he gave his 2 cents to the Buff State defender. And it's going to be Monahan with a quick turnaround shot there. It looked like, wasn't too sure was Hayden whether or not he had control of that one. Kind of glanced behind him, but then realized that it was in the glove hand, and he held on to force another whistle. Now with 6:55 to go in the period. Face off from that same dot. Bengals again win it back to Monahan. He walks in and lets a shot go. Right arm save made by Hayden. That was a well-placed shot and another good save. Good bit of physicality here in the Bengals zone as it was Clendening getting knocked down by Gang. Bengals find possession after that hit. Monahan looking to start the breakout. Monahan to White. White drops it off for Lawrence in the neutral zone. Bengals trying to get across the blue line but come in off sides as a little bit of defensive pressure just outside of the zone forces White to come in before the puck did, and we'll have an offsides call with 6:29 now to play in the period. Faceoff will be just along the Fredonia blue line, just below our broadcast position. Bengals win the faceoff and quickly dump it in off the stick of Ryan Miller. Jack Campbell putting some pressure on the defender on the far side. Hare trying to settle it down, but the Bengals take it away. Campbell along the goal line. Campbell with 2 men on him, still gets it across to Miller here on the near point. Miller with a shot from distance. That one misses the net wide. And now it's going to be Marciello trying to hunt it down on the far side, but it's going to be Campbell having to pick it up in the neutral zone. Jude Lord on him as he has to sidestep that hit to get it up ice. Bengals can't get it out of the zone as it's going to be Miller picking it up behind the net. Miller to Marciello, and now O'Donnell trying to get it away from two different Fredonia players pressuring him. Eventually does get that one up to Zach. Actually just lets that one go as the Fredonia defenseman was more preoccupied with where Zach was going than where the puck was. Bengals end up getting a zone entry out of it, but can't keep it in. Shot from distance through the legs of the netminder. Reese Taylor letting a hard wrist shot go from about 40 feet, and it's now 3-0 Fredonia, as a rather innocent-looking shot ends up making it a 3-0 Fredonia lead. In a spot where the Bengals had some offensive time at the other end of the ice and maybe had been ramping up towards getting a good scoring opportunity of their own, Fredonia ruins that chance by getting one on their other end of the ice. Shot taken by Reese Taylor, a good hard low wrist shot, and he ends up finding the back of the net. It's now a 3-0 lead in favor of the Blue Devils. That was the second goal of the year for number 33. So just like in the last game between these two sides, Fredonia establishing a pretty good cushion, and we'll see whether or not Buff State has enough firepower to dig back into this game. Monahan in the far corner for the Bengals. Pass too far for Allen, and it's going to be Kernan at his own blue line. Quickly back up ice. Zablonski in across the blue line. Shot taken then from distance. That one misses the net high. Kernan keeping it in at the left point. Kernan with Mendick on him. Gets away from Mendick and takes it down low. Kernan with a pass in front of the net. Zablonski gets tied up. There's going to be a penalty coming up to Buff State. Zablonski with the puck tied up in his skates as he's on his backside there after getting knocked down. That's what ended up drawing the penalty initially. And heading to the penalty box here is going to be number 12, Damian Ish. The 2-minute hooking call and a chance for Fredonia to expand their lead. Nickel City Hockey Network supporters also include Pups Styled by Jesse, with one-on-one grooming services that will have your dog looking forward to its next visit. Voted a Best of 716 Pet Groomer for 2022 and 2023. Pups Styled by Jesse, located on Main Street in Clarence, just east of Transit Road. Bengals finding possession here with the penalty kill, and it's going to be Owen Gang trying to get the long clear, but that one goes straight into the Fredonia bench. Goes off of one of the players. I can't tell which one it hit because none of them made a reaction. They're all clearly hockey players. I think it's the one all the way on the far left side of the Fredonia bench. Elias Printup not having much of a reaction to that snapshot hitting him coming off the stick of Owen Gang. 11 seconds gone in this Fredonia power play. Scrambled face-off, and Fredonia takes possession away. Slap shot from Johansson off the stick and pad of A.J. White. Bengals then get the clear. First 20 seconds gone on this penalty kill. Pass off of Johansson's skate, but it's going to be picked up by Ventura. Ventura slows it down to avoid a little bit of pressure, but eventually takes a big hit from O'Donnell. Bengals now find possession with Ryan Miller. Miller to Gang as the Bengals try to get it out of the zone, but they can't do so. Miller, though, trying to now pin it to the boards. He ends up floating it off the back glass and getting it to O'Donnell, who's going to have a chance to clear. Sends that one the length of the ice. Minute 8 to go in the Fredonia power play. Carried up the near wall by Williams. He had 2 goals in the game last week against ECC. In this case, though, his pass is behind its intended target, so that's going to result in a Fredonia icing infraction. So the first minute and 1 gone of the power play. Still 59 seconds up on the board as both teams get ready for this face-off in the Fredonia zone. Some new penalty killers coming on for Buff State. Polito and Allen on for the face-off. Fredonia winning the face-off, and they settle it down as it's going to be Johansson circling behind the net. Johansson starts up ice, sidesteps one forechecker, and now it's going to be Polito carrying it in across the blue line. Polito along the near wall as he goes behind the net and looks for a passing option. Polito now just circles the entire zone before he eventually leaves it to Schlifsky, who gives it back to Polito. Johansson on the near side. Shot is blocked by Miller. Bengals will try to get it clear, but they can't get it out off of Campbell. Giroux with a chance in the mid-slot. Lets that shot go just inside the near post. It's 4-0 Fredonia as they have added a second power play goal here in the second period. Bengals had a chance to clear, couldn't get the puck out of the zone. Fredonia ended up with some numbers in tight, and Giroux letting the shot go from about 25 feet. Beating White low along the ice just inside the near post. It's now a 4-0 Fredonia lead. Fredonia winning possession off the neutral zone faceoff as we approach 3 minutes to go in the second period. Polito up to the goal scorer Giroux, and he gets it across the blue line to Kernan. Kernan cutting towards the slot, inside, outside, and takes a shot off the stick of White. And now the Blue Devils looking to add to their lead as Polito's shot from the hash marks. That one goes up and out of play. Polito is frustrated with himself as he smacks his stick against the far boards. Thought that he had a opportunity that he shouldn't have let get by there. But it does stay a 4-0 lead as the puck is now down for another faceoff in the Bengal zone. Up the near side, too far for Vincent Zach, and it's going to be Kernan finding it in the neutral zone. Kernan to Schlifke, and now back across to the near side, but that one goes off the skate of Clendenning. Schlifke the first one to find it, though. Kernan stepping around his man. Can't get around the second one. Good play by O'Donnell to create a loose puck there. Fredonia keeping it moving, though, as Polito has it behind the net. Pass towards the front. Schlifke from distance. That one just misses wide. Clendenning tries to get it behind A.J. White, and now it comes right back behind the net where Clendenning and Ish are right now. Ish with Clendenning tying him up a little bit. Bengals can't get it out of the zone as the shot from Schlifke gets on goal, and then Polito ends up running into the crossbar, and that forces a stoppage. Bengals might have had some numbers there in the other direction, and a little bit of frustration maybe showing from the team in black and orange. 2:13 to go in second period play. It's a 4-0 Fredonia lead. 3 goals scored here in the second period. It was a 1-0 lead after the first period. 2 power play goals here in the second to go along with 1 even strength goal as well. And the face-off just in front of the Fredonia bench. It's going to be Indridson and Miller. Miller finding possession, but he gets run over by Monahan. Still, it's going to be Ventura down low, trying to get a pass across. Couldn't quite get that one to Williams. Ryan Miller looking to start it up the near side. He gets knocked off of that one, but eventually comes right back to Monahan. Monahan clearing the zone. Eli Mulville goes back for the Fredonia Blue Devils. Cross-ice pass to Hare, and he takes a moment to settle that one down. Now in the neutral zone, it's going to be picked up by Ventura, who has plenty of room to operate. Ventura stepping around Miller, but he can't find possession again. Below the goal line as the Blue Devils can't keep it in along the blue line. It was Mulville having to retreat to the neutral zone to pick it up. Yet again, the puck ends up in the Fredonia bench, and it's that side of the Fredonia bench that it always seems to go towards, right in towards where the forwards are now, the defensemen in the first period. I think that's 4 or 5 different pucks that have ended up right in that portion of the Fredonia bench. Minute 30 to go here in second period play. Still a 4-0 lead in favor of Fredonia. Face-off coming up right at the center ice dot. Puck caught up in the skates of McGrath. And Fredonia finds possession with Johansson. Johansson to Kelpin and then up the far side, but it's going to be Monahan stepping into that passing lane. Gets it across to Campbell. Bengals into the offensive zone as the shot comes in. Shoulder save is made. No rebound opportunity afforded to the Bengals as Campbell was looking for it there after firing that hard snapshot toward the upper chest and shoulder area of the netminder. You see Hayden maybe checking to make sure all of his straps are still properly buckled as appears ready to go for a face-off deep in the Fredonia zone. Minute 13 to go in the period. Printup winning the face-off for Fredonia, and it's going to be Johansson with possession in the near corner. Spins away from Campbell and banks it up the near glass. Miller finding possession for the Bengals. Gets it up to Mendick, but he can't keep a hold of that one. A little bit of late help coming in from Monahan as the Bengals get it deep. Kelpin reversing it to the other side, getting it to Johansson, who gives it back to Kelpin here in the near corner. Under 50 seconds to go in the period as Campbell puts some pressure on deep in the Fredonia zone. Johansson looking for a long pass into the neutral zone, does eventually get it past his teammate. Bouncing puck, unable to handle that one was Printup, so that one will go for an icing. Bengals an opportunity to make a late change here for this last offensive zone draw with 37.7 seconds remaining on the clock. I say that as I realize that the clock on the scoreboard on the screen actually says 9 minutes and 9 seconds on it, so that's not correct at all. Have to get that sorted out as apparently some issues with our scorekeeping here, and I'll update you as we have 27 seconds to go with the time in the period. Fredonia in the offensive zone. One last opportunity. Zablonski's shot misses the net wide. Damian Ish finding it with 15 to go in the period. Allen in the other direction. Tries to step around the defender to get it into the offensive zone. Can't do so. And now it's going to be Chase Kelpin holding onto it to try to kill off the last portion of this period. Banks it around behind the net. Picked up there by the Fredonia forward as the horn goes to signal the end of the period. And it will be a 4-0 lead that the Blue Devils will head to the locker room with for second intermission. Our broadcast today brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. The score is 4-0 after 2 periods of play. 1-0 after 1 period of play, but 3 second period goals for Fredonia have opened up quite the comfortable lead here in this one. Shots are pretty close in this one. It's actually Buff State with the 31-30 edge after 2 periods of play, but it is the goals by Carson Miller, Brady Ventura, Reese Taylor, and Kyle Giroux that have given the Blue Devils a 4-0 lead. We're going to step away here for the second intermission, but we'll be back in about 15 minutes. You're watching the Nickel City Hockey Network, Western New York's new broadcast home for amateur hockey.
created Buffalo Golf and Social for one reason: to create a space that's different and unique from any other golf facility you've ever been to. It's a place to learn, and it's a place to enjoy. You ready?
Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. Broadcast to social, print to digital, 412 Communications has the solution to get you heard. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
And welcome back inside Steele Hall on the campus of Fredonia State University. About set to go for third period action between the Fredonia Blue Devils and the Buffalo State Bengals in a battle for UNYCHL D2 West supremacy. Blue Devils well on their way towards taking a early season lead in the division. 2-0-1 is their divisional record coming into this one. Buff State 3-1. So the 4-0 lead for Fredonia certainly helping them along their way as they look to lock down the top spot in the division a little bit less than halfway through the season. Hello, my name's Aaron Elpern. Happy to join you on the call of today's game from the 412 Communications broadcast booth. 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. And it is, as mentioned, a 4-0 lead after 2 periods of play. It was 1-0 after 1. But the Blue Devils managed to extend their lead with 3 goals in second period play, 2 of them coming on the power play. Brady Ventura had the goal with 11:21 to go in the period. 5:34 remaining in the period. It was Reese Taylor scoring. And then with 3:15 remaining, Kyle Giroux making it a 4-0 game. Underway here in third period action. Blue Devils with possession. Polito through the neutral zone. Polito gaining the blue line, letting the shot go from distance. White makes the save. Polito pokes it free just as the whistle being blown. Maybe expecting to see a little bit of a reaction from the Bengals there. None coming, though, as apparently no ill will was intended there from the forward from Fredonia, number 17, Adam Polito. Puck is down in the next faceoff, and we have actually a power play coming up here for the Bengals as Ryan Miller drawing that penalty. Monahan playing a backhand pass up towards Campbell. That one goes off of a stick into the neutral zone. It's going to be Johansson touching it there to get the stoppage. And the penalty call being made as the forward from Fredonia heads to the penalty box. 2 minutes for hooking, so the Bengals get a chance on the power play here in the second period. 0 for 2 with the man advantage so far today. Bengals finishing up some changes on the power play unit, but Fredonia winning the faceoff. Kernan looking for a clear. Can't get it. He does get it past Campbell. It might be a breakaway for McGrath. McGrath with a step on the defender goes forehand. Backhand poke check by A.J. White. Good quick stick by the Bengals netminder to not give McGrath a chance to get around him and get a shot away. Printup, though, finding possession of a loose puck and killing off some more time in the penalty, and it's going to be McGrath finding that one there in the far corner, looking to again kill off more seconds. 3 Bengals converge to take the puck away from him, at least momentarily. Allen eventually gets him away from it for good, and now it's a long pass into the neutral zone for Mitchell. Mitchell drops it for Miller and across the blue line. He loses his balance there but keeps possession. Shot towards the front of the net, deflected out of midair by O'Donnell, and he has possession at the far hash mark. Back to the point. Stepping in, letting a shot go is Allen. That one goes off the pad of Hayden. Campbell pokes it into the corner. Kernan trying to get it out of there. 2 different Bengals on him. Campbell and Mitchell trying to get that puck away from Kernan, but the Fredonia captain pulls it out of the corner, takes a couple of strides, and then gets the clear. Now just 55 seconds remaining on the Fredonia penalty kill. Campbell quickly up ice as A.J. White again out of his net to start the breakout. Shot from distance from Allen. That one misses the net wide. And now it's going to be Owen Gang quickly over to his left point position to keep the puck in. Fredonia, though, finds control of it and sends it full length of the ice. Now just 34 seconds to go in the power play as the Bengals defender, Owen Gang, picking it up behind his own goal and starting to the left of the cage. Gang now through the neutral zone, gains the center ice red line and dumps it in on the backhand. It's going to be Kalpin getting to it first in the near corner, and he gets it to Johansson, who has plenty of room to get it up ice. Banks a pass off the boards to Ventura in the neutral zone. And the Fredonia Blue Devils doing a good job killing off this penalty. Now only 10 seconds to go on the Bengals man advantage. Pass up the far wall, too far for Indridson, and Fredonia gets another clear deep into the Bengals zone. Last 2 seconds ticking away on this penalty. Polito comes out of the penalty box as the Blue Devils back to full strength. Gang in the neutral zone, pass to the near blue line. Mitchell can't keep control of it, though, and it's going to be Fredonia finding possession in the neutral zone. Zach and Gang creating a little bit of difficulty there for Printup as he tried to carry it in. Nolan Mitchell in the far corner for Buff State. Can't get it out of the zone as Kalpin keeps it in. D-to-D pass to Johansson, and he walks it in and gives it to McGrath. Johansson can't keep possession, and Vincent Zach has a head of steam up the right wing. Can't run down that puck with the speed, though, and now he tries to put some forecheck pressure on along with Magnus Indridson. Johansson through the neutral zone. Backhand pass, dumping it in deep into the far corner, and Monahan goes to hunt it down for Buff State. Smartly stopping behind his net to get himself a little bit more room, but that pass hits a Fredonia stick. Monahan picks it up yet again, now circling behind the net as he looks for a breakout option. Calls his own number, but can't get it out of the zone. Good poke check there by the forward from Fredonia. That was Connor McGrath. And now finally it's Steve White getting it into the offensive zone with some help from Colby Lawrence. Lawrence in the near corner. Off the backboards, and it comes out to McGrath. And here come the Blue Devils through the neutral zone with Elias Printup. Printup gains the blue line, but it's taken off of his stick by Gang. And then here along the near boards, Colby Lawrence intercepting a pass in the mid-slot. Lawrence through the neutral zone, across the blue line, now looking for a pass or shooting option. Lawrence in the far corner. He's got 3 different Blue Devils on him. Eventually, they knock him off the puck, also knock him off of his pegs as Lawrence back to his skates, watching Zablonski started out for the Blue Devils. 15:50 to go in third period play as Fredonia dumping it deep in the Bengal zone. And it's going to be Owen Gang starting it up to Steve White, but that pass right through his legs, and Schlifke picks it up along the Fredonia blue line. Kernan carrying it up ice and dumping it in, gloved down by Monahan. He stops in the far corner. Then the pass to Allen in front of the net. Now Campbell up the right wing. Campbell trying to get that one to Mitchell, but a good defensive play by Schlifke, stepping into that passing lane, then starting it up ice to Lord himself. Lord trying to go for that far post, just barely missing the pipe, as it's going to be picked up by Campbell and smartly poked ahead with one hand, getting that one to Damian Ish, who tries for the long pass through the neutral zone. Kernan, though, stepping into that lane before it could get to Nolan Mitchell. Kernan driving up his offhand side as he tries to get it towards the front of the net. Stops on his strong side now as he gets that one to Lord behind the net. Ish taking it away and now looking to feed it up ice. Into the neutral zone off the glove of Polito, but he finds possession of it again. Maybe some numbers here for Fredonia. Polito and across the blue line. He had Allen right on top of him, and Allen forces a loose puck. It's going to be picked up in the corner as it's Marciello looking to start it out. Allen picks it up on the far wall as he's got 2 Fredonia players on him. Ish over to help as well as it's going to be Marciello picking it up in the near corner with 14:25 to play in third period action. It's a 4-0 lead for Fredonia, 3 goals coming in second period play. Puck gets deflected off of skate into the offensive zone, but the Bengals unable to set up any pressure as Fredonia pretty easily escapes the zone, gets it in across the blue line where it's Owen Gang starting it for the Bengals. Gang's pass to the far side, but all 3 forwards for Buff State were on the near wall. That one's going to go for an icing call against Buff State. 14:05 now remaining in the third period. Faceoff coming deep in the Bengal zone to the left of A.J. White. Our broadcast today brought to you by Envious Gameware, designers of custom hockey uniforms, bags, and apparel. Visit enviousgameware.com to get your team a look to be envious of. Errant pass along the blue line there, and it could give the Bengals an opportunity with numbers. Across the blue line, but just off sides as Campbell, Mitchell, and Allen couldn't quite get that one coordinated. Would have been a 3-on-2 if they would have gotten it across the blue line a little quicker. Unfortunately, it ends up going for an offsides call against the Bengals, and we'll have a face-off right along the Fredonia blue line, right in front of the Fredonia bench. Fredonia winning the draw, D-to-D pass, and Johansson looks for an option. Glove down, though, and the Bengals look to set up something, but that's going to be a glove pass from Campbell to Allen, and so that forces a stoppage in play. Thought the Bengals might be getting away with one there. Almost had a scoring opportunity develop as that touch of a late whistle eventually coming in to blow the play dead. Bengals now making a couple of changes. 13:49 to go in third period action. Fredonia with a comfortable 4-0 lead. Bengals win the draw. Ryan Marciello back into his own zone. Backhand pass to Damian Ish, and they go D-to-D, but Marciello unable to handle that one in the far corner. Polito driving in up the left wing, stops behind the net. Now he's looking for an option. Back to the point where he finds Johansson. Johansson banks it off the far boards where he gives it back to Polito. Polito now circling the net, stopping twice and getting a pass in front. That goes off the stick of A.J. White. Gloved down by O'Donnell and eventually covered by White as a couple different Fredonia players looking for a fortuitous bounce there. For the, at least from the Buff State perspective, they got the proper bounce as it went right to A.J. White, and he smartly threw the glove over top of that one. Now 13:20 to go in the third period. Fredonia winning the faceoff. Hare at the near point. Quickly gets that one away. He had Caden Mendick right on him looking to create a loose puck. Ventura against the far glass. Ventura receiving that pass back, and now he gets it back to the point to Mulville, but he mishandles that one along the blue line. He's going to have to be quick with Vincent Zach on him. Good play by Mulville to get it away from Zach, and then he takes a leg-on-leg collision there from Caden Mendick, who's trying to plead his case there in the neutral zone. Looked like Connor Hare had some thoughts about delivering a little bit of justice himself. Mulville gets back to his skates now, getting a touch of help to get back up. He appears to be at least better than he was initially, and now we have a second penalty coming up against Buff State as Mendick, trying to plead his case, I think has gotten himself a misconduct call. So Fredonia is going to get a power play out of this. Question is just how long of a power play it's going to be. 2 minutes up on the board, so it might be a 2 and a 10 here assessed to Mendick. The 2-minute tripping call, the initial one. And it's going to be Aaron Johnson in the penalty box to serve the 2-minute version of this one. I believe the 10-minute misconduct will have number 6, Caden Mendick, in the box until late in the third period. So the Fredonia power play now getting going as they get the puck here on the near side. Polito taking a hit, but he gets it to the point to Kernan. He walks in and lets a shot go. That one high and wide off the back glass. Monahan gives his man a bump there, but it's going to be Giroux with possession for the Blue Devils. Down low to Clendenning. Clendenning on the half wall as the umbrella setup gets formulated here. Pass comes towards the front of the net, ends up getting redirected. Almost a chance there for the Blue Devils as that one went from the left side of the net to the right side of the net. Unable to get the shot away was the Blue Devil forward there about 15 feet from A.J. White. Bengals forcing a turnover in the offensive zone. It's going to be Zach and O'Donnell. O'Donnell getting it over to Zach, but he can't get that backhand away. And now it's going to be Polito starting it up ice. Polito cutting through the neutral zone, gaining the offensive zone blue line, and now he's got it back to Giroux along the hash marks. Giroux leaving it for Polito, and now back to Kernan at the point. Kernan walks the blue line. His shot hits a leg. That was Vincent Zach getting into that shooting lane. Looks like he has to shake off a little bit of a stinger from that one as he sets up a little bit more penalty kill pressure up top. Puck comes down low, though, where Kernan has it. Kernan stops behind the net, looking for an option. Eventually gets it to Clendenning, who's wide open in the near circle. That shot just barely misses the net wide off the side of the cage. Polito up top. Schlifke on the far side, stops to get it away from Zach, but it's going to be Monahan creating a loose puck. Chopped forward towards the blue line by Gang, but not out. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Clendenning and Monahan try to find possession in the far corner. Good play by Monahan, but he can't get it away from Giroux as it comes out towards Polito. His shot, though, ends up going wide after it got deflected. Kernan's shot from distance. That one goes into the glove of A.J. White, and certainly not happy about the slash that he got from Polito. Polito's heading to the penalty box there as the referee signals the slashing call. So the last 7 seconds of the power play go by the wayside as Adam Polito hacking for a loose puck at the Bengals netminder. The only response there really was from White, though, as it looked like he was either looking for the penalty call or looking to go back at Polito himself. The penalty was called before A.J. White was able to get over to him to issue his opinion. Bengals now looking to make some changes here, as only had 3 skaters on the ice before this faceoff. See Ryan Miller getting tended to by the trainer over to the right of the bench. He hasn't been on the ice for the last few minutes. So certainly a loss for the Bengals back end if Miller unable to return here in this third period. Colby Lawrence back playing some defense now as the Bengals power play gets started. Jake Allen with a nice move in the neutral zone. He gets it into the offensive zone, now stops just inside the blue line. Back to Lawrence. He loads up that shot. That one goes off the crossbar, up and out of play as Hayden has to readjust his mask after that one. And we get a stoppage in play, 1:33 to go on the power play. Actually, that hit Hayden in the mask, not the crossbar. I missaw that one as seeing Lawrence going over there to do a check on the netminder from Fredonia. Seems that number 30 is all set to go as he gets his equipment back in order. Face-off coming up at the far dot. It's going to be Allen and Ventura. Bengals win the face-off. Quick shot taken by Damian Ish. It got deflected on its way in. Good save by Hayden. Allen with possession below the goal line. Allen changes directions, now back to the point to Campbell. Campbell feeds it back to Allen in the far corner. He's got a man on him. Johansson and Allen battle for possession, but it's going to be Lawrence getting it up here to the near hash marks, where it's going to be Mitchell getting it back to the point now. Ish down low to Lawrence, looking for a shot. Good block there by Kalpin. Then he gets the clear to the blue line, and it ends up going off the knee of Damian Ish into center ice. Good play by Campbell to make sure that Ventura was unable to pick it up. Over to the near side, where again it's going to be Lawrence looking to get a shot away, and again his number 3 counterpart getting in the shooting lane. 2 good blocks here on the penalty kill by number 3 Chase Kalpin. Bengals with a pass along their own blue line from Campbell to Allen. Allen now stick handling along the red line before getting a pass up to Lawrence, but his pass right onto a Fredonia stick, and now Ventura with a chance to kill off more penalty time. Kalpin in the near corner gets the clear into the neutral zone. Ish picking it up along his own blue line, but he had print up right on him. Bengals looking to get a counter, quickly up ice. Allen into the offensive zone, makes a move to get away from McGrath. Shot along the ice, and a good glove save made by the netminder Hayden. And this one stays a 4-0 game. Still 15 seconds remaining on this power play for the Bengals, as a full new unit comes on for this man advantage. And it's going to be O'Donnell taking the face-off against Elias Printup. Printup winning the draw for Fredonia. Kernan looking for the clear, but he can't get it past Owen Gang. His shot comes in. It got deflected. It looked like it went off the skate of Brendan O'Donnell right up into the glove of Hayden. Had to be quick to make sure that one didn't get past his shoulder, and he holds on for another whistle. Good opportunity there on the redirected shot from the point. Checking on the netminder's equipment, and as we do so, remind you that this broadcast made possible by Buffalo Golf and Social, Western New York's leading indoor golf facility. With simulators, lessons, and leagues, Buffalo Golf and Social is the area's best destination for year-round practice and instruction. Also a great selection of beer and wine, so it's the perfect place to watch golf with others who love the game. Locations downtown Buffalo and in Orchard Park. Book your next event at Buffalo Golf and Social. Penalty expires as the Blue Devils are able to kill off another Bengal power play. O'Donnell into the offensive zone as the Bengals try to get something established 5-on-5. Back to the point to Monahan. Monahan walks the blue line, but a good defensive play by Elias Printup to take him off of that one. Monahan returns the favor by taking the puck right back from him in the neutral zone. Monahan and McGrath tied up against the near wall below our broadcast position. Monahan throws one last shot in for good measure, and he's going to get a penalty because of it. Number 22, Kevin Monahan, getting the last shot in on number 29, Connor McGrath, as the two were tangled up below our broadcast spot. And just enough to get the referee's attention. So it's going to be another chance for the Fredonia power play to go to work with 8:31 to go and a 4-0 lead in favor of the Blue Devils. Face-off will be coming up in the near dot, as a little bit of a debate about that. The Fredonia players kept on pointing to the near dot as the linesman tried to set up in the far dot. Eventually they got their wish and ready for a draw as Jarosz wins it back to the point to Kernan. Kernan across to Schlifke. He walks in and lets a shot go. Rebound comes out towards the slot. Eventually played back to the point where Kernan picks it up. Kernan to Polito. His shot from distance goes off a skate and then played to the corner by A.J. White. Jarosz picking it up there as the Fredonia power play continues to establish its position. Schlifke across to Polito. He walks in and lets a shot go right into the midsection of A.J. White, right on top of the blue paint. Good save, and he covers up to make sure there's no rebound opportunity. Minute 35 to go in the Fredonia power play. 8:06 remaining in regulation, as Fredonia seems well on their way towards establishing a pretty good lead in the division, the UNYCHL West D2 division, as they already have the head-to-head win against Buff State. This win, if they're able to finish it off, will put their record to 3-0-1. And with the 2 wins against Buff State, it might mean that their next closest competition is ECC. ECC has only played 2 divisional games, but they've won both of them, with wins coming in overtime against Fredonia and the other win coming against the St. Bonaventure Division II team. 7:36 to go in regulation. Power play continuing for Fredonia. Good play by Jake Allen to create a loose puck. Helped along and then down the ice by Jack Campbell. And now just 55 seconds remaining on this Bengals penalty kill. Starting the breakout is going to be Sam Schlifke. Schlifke up the far side. Clendenning has some speed through the neutral zone. Clendenning goes inside, outside, and then tries to get a backhand through the netminder. Good save made by A.J. White. Good play at the far blue line by Johansson to keep it in the zone. Johansson then spins away from Mitchell and now gets it back to the point to Clendenning. Plenty of room to walk that one in, but that pass gets deflected by Allen. Fredonia, though, keeps possession as Polito gets it back to the point to Williams. Cross-ice pass to Johansson. That shot gets deflected on its way through, but it ends up in the near corner where Polito finds control. Polito back to the point to Williams. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Polito with an opportunity to let a shot go there, but good quick defense. His fellow number 17, Owen Gang, not giving him enough room to get a shot away. Ends up being deflected into the protective netting. So just 11 seconds to go on the Fredonia power play. Bengals making some changes, but they have far too many personnel out there right now. Finally getting the numbers sorted out is still, I count 5 out there. And you're going to need 4 at this point. And now 2 players come off. It was actually 6. Eventually they get it sorted out. It's going to be O'Donnell and Printup for the faceoff with 11 seconds to go in the Fredonia power play. Fredonia finds control of the faceoff, back to the point. Johansson with plenty of time to let that one go. Eventually that time disappears as O'Donnell cuts off that space, deflects the shot into the neutral zone, and the Bengals power play, or Bengals penalty, has come to a conclusion. Zablonski with a tough angle shot. That one goes off the side of the net, but he finds it again. Now back to the point to Johansson. Winds up the slap shot through traffic, and he finds the back of the net. Now 5-0 Fredonia. Marcus Johansson with the slap shot from the point, and it's now a 5-goal margin. It wasn't a power play goal, but it was shortly after the power play expired, and a lot of the same zone time that was enjoyed with the man advantage continued in the few seconds afterward, and the slap shot taken from the point by Marcus Johansson, finding the back of the net and making this one a 5-0 lead. If it already wasn't a comfortable lead for the Blue Devils, it's even more comfortable now. Blue Devils again into the offensive zone. Monahan sidesteps one man but can't connect on a breakout pass. And now it's going to be some pressure down low as it's Taylor putting that pressure on. Taylor and Miller. Eventually it's taken away by Johnson, and he reverses course to the near side. Hager flings it out of the zone. Picked up by Connor Hare in the neutral zone. Gives that one to Johansson, who looks to start it up ice. Johansson up the near boards. Lord playing it forward and eventually has it again, dumping it into the far corner. Monahan chasing it down for the Bengals. 5:41 to go in regulation as Hager picks up a pass against the near wall. Hager playing it up into the neutral zone where it's going to be Steve White carrying it into the offensive end. White can't maintain control as Schlifke takes it away. Schlifke now with a pass up the far side, and Fredonia able to clear the zone as it slowly came out to center ice. Monahan sidesteps one man and looks to carry it in across the blue line. Monahan on the far side with a backhand pass. Just couldn't quite get enough on that one to get it to Darren Johnson. It could be a breakaway in the other direction for Williams. Williams over to the side. He's got a trailer print up, and he drops the pass to him. Good save by A.J. White as he came out to cut down the angle there on Elias Printup. Makes the shoulder save and then falls on the rebound, keeping this one a 5-0 game, but Fredonia certainly keeping the pressure on in the Bengals' end. Bengals had a push there into the offensive zone and got caught in the offensive zone. And that allowed Fredonia to have some numbers coming back in the opposite direction. A touch of a delay here as one of the Bengals players heads toward the locker room, and that is Caden Mendick, number 6. Trainer following him there as well. As keep an eye on that, see whether or not Mendick is able to return to the action. Puck played up the far side, picked up there by Vincent Zach. Zach with some speed, tries to bank it around behind the defenseman. Good play by Schlifke to stay right with him on that. But it's going to be Jake Allen finding possession for the Bengals. Takes a bit of a stick check behind the net, no call coming. And Fredonia finds possession. Carrying it up ice is going to be Reese Taylor. Sorry, this is going to be Ventura, not Reese Taylor. 23, not 33. Ventura's backhand shot from along the goal line right into the catching glove of A.J. White. He holds on for a whistle with 4:31 remaining in the third period. Nickel City's Hockey Network sponsors include 412 Communications, the new gold standard in digital media solutions. If modern media seems like everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing, 412 Communications can help you get your voice above the fray. For a full idea of what they offer in terms of their multimedia solutions from broadcast to social, print to digital, visit 412 Communications today to get an idea of how their 40 years of experience can help your brand. Shot is deflected as the Fredonia defenders continue to cut down the shooting lanes on Buff State forwards. Jake Allen's shot gets deflected into the protective netting, and the stoppage now coming with 4:11 to play in regulation. Faceoff will be to the left of number 30, Ethan Hayden, the Fredonia netminder who's been perfect in this one so far, stopping all 37 Buff State shots that have been thrown at him. Bit of a bump there in the neutral zone. It's going to be another Buff State penalty as a result. Kevin Monahan guilty of the interference in this case. Trying to give his defensive partner a couple extra moments there to pick up that puck in transition. And Monahan bumps the Fredonia forward. The referee about 10 feet away immediately calling the interference call, and so the Fredonia power play, another opportunity here. Gang with the clear right off the face-off, and it's going to be Mitchell putting some pressure on Schlifke. Schlifke with Mitchell right on top of him, eventually gives it to Kernan, who starts the breakout on the far side. Kernan takes a bump from O'Donnell. Good play to create a loose puck, and now it's going to be maybe a 2-on-1 for the Bengals. O'Donnell had to slow down a little bit, and that allows Mitchell to take a shot. Hayden handles it eventually. It didn't look like the cleanest save initially, but he did have it right in front of him, so he covers up the rebound. And with 3:42, it stays a 5-0 game. Our supporters include Militello Realty, Western New York's premier commercial real estate broker. To buy, sell, or lease any office, industrial, retail, or investment property, trust the unparalleled knowledge and experience of Militello Realty. For more information, visit them online, militello.com. Minute 30 to go in the Fredonia power play as Clendenning gets it across the blue line. Slowly skating towards the front of the net, now setting up a give-and-go play, gets the shot away, had his stick tied up, but still got the shot on net. White making the save as Fredonia finds possession again with Polito. Polito back to the point. Kernan can't keep it in along the blue line, so an offsides call is made. Faceoff will come into the neutral zone with a minute 13 to go in the Fredonia power play. Our thanks to camera operator Sarah Geraci for her work today, as be unable to bring you this broadcast without the full complement of staff, and the camera operator is perhaps the most important part of any broadcast, so appreciate Sarah stepping in today and doing an excellent job on the camera. As we have 3 minutes to go here in regulation, still a minute to go on the power play for Fredonia as Jack Campbell tries to create a little bit of difficulty for that man advantage. Campbell with the puck pinned to the far boards. 3 players eventually from Fredonia come over to get it away, and eventually it comes out to Zablonski, who gloves it down. Allen then getting a backhand clear through the neutral zone. 41 seconds to go on the Fredonia power play. Johansson stopping behind his net, looking for a long passing option, or waiting for some Buff State pressure as we're under 30 seconds to go on the Buff State penalty. Johansson just waiting for some pressure to come his way. Eventually he starts out the left wing, dropping a pass there to himself, and he has possession inside the blue line before giving it to Williams. Williams up the near side. It comes off the near boards. Owen Gang throws a hit on his man, but it's going to be Ventura in the corner picking it up. Good team defense by the Bengals to create a loose puck, and now Mitchell has an opportunity in the offensive zone. Tries to go from his forehand to his backhand. Good play by Williams to take it away from him as the Bengals penalty expires. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Puck in the near corner. Ryan Marciello throws a hit into his man as the puck comes back into the neutral zone. Connor Hare picking it up. Hare D-to-D pass to Kalpin, up the far boards to Ventura and into the far corner. Damian Ish back for it for Buff State. Zablonski on him. Ish shrugs that hit off and gets it up the far boards, but Indridson unable to get it out of the zone. Good play by Ish to find possession again and get that pass up the far boards. That one too far for Indridson to handle, though. Zablonski dumping it back into the Buff State zone as we're under a minute 20 to go in regulation. Bengals defenseman Ryan Marciello with a backhand pass up the far side. Aaron Johnson picking it up there, but he loses control of it. Ventura with a chance to let that shot go. Actually, that was Taylor. Taylor with a good hard wrist shot, and that one gets past the netminder. Taylor's second of the game has made it 6-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Fredonia now out in front by a 6-0 count, as it is Reese Taylor scoring his second of the game on a hard wrist shot from just inside the top of the circle. Minute 8 now remaining in regulation. And the biggest question mark now remains is whether or not the Fredonia defense will be able to hold up their end of the bargain. And anybody watching from a Fredonia perspective knows exactly what I'm driving at here. Hit on the far side as Kelpin runs over Aaron Johnson, who quickly jumps back to his skates and gives Kelpin a tap on the helmet. Kelpin, for some reason, trying to plead his case there for no penalty call, but he'll have to serve at least the last 51 seconds of the period in the penalty box for the interference penalty. Bengals will get a little bit late power play time here as they try to get on the board. 51 seconds remaining in regulation. And we appreciate everyone joining our broadcast today on the Nickel City Hockey Network. Our sponsors include Battaglia Marciano Agency, an independent agent for auto, homeowners, business, and life insurance. The Battaglia Marciano Agency providing peace of mind for Western New Yorkers for over 35 years. Last 35 seconds ticking away in regulation as Nolan Mitchell tries to step around his man. Good play by the captain, Nate Kernan, to create another loose puck. Bengals have to retreat into the neutral zone. O'Donnell with a man on him, but he's got possession in the far circle. 20 seconds to go in the period. Back to Campbell at the point. Shot taken by Allen. That one doesn't get through. Fredonia, as they've done all game, doing an excellent job of getting in those shooting lanes and blocking shots. 8 seconds to go in regulation as the long pass into the neutral zone. Not going to be far enough up the ice for the Bengals to get another shot opportunity. And it's going to be a shutout for number 30, Ethan Hayden. He is perfect against the Bengals this afternoon, stopping each and every one of the 38 shots Buff State sent his way, and it is a 6-0 victory in favor of Fredonia. They are now well out in front in terms of the divisional lead. They now move their record to 3-0-1 in the division. Buff State drops to 3-2. So it's essentially Fredonia in front, with ECC chasing them with a 2-0 record in divisional play. Buff State back in action tomorrow, and we will have that broadcast as well as they host Cornell at the Buffalo State Ice Arena. Face-off for that game is at 7:30. We also have a Fredonia broadcast coming up next weekend. That is Saturday, a 4:30 start. That is a game against UB. UB and Fredonia, a 4:30 start next Saturday here on the Nickel City Hockey Network. One other game coming up on our broadcast schedule to note, and that will be tomorrow morning, a new venture for the Nickel City Hockey Network, and that is Hashik's Heroes. The Hashik's Heroes 10U team facing off against the Buffalo Regals tomorrow. That is an 11 a.m. face-off from the Bud Bakewell rink. Certainly excited to start working with Hashik's Heroes tomorrow as we expand our coverage from not only college and high school, but now move into the youth hockey sector as well. Excited about tomorrow's first game with Hashik's Heroes. Plenty more action coming up across the UNYCHL tonight. Other games in the league, Rochester at Mercyhurst. That is a 7 p.m. start. At 7:45 in Rochester, St. Bonaventure at St. John Fisher. Allegheny at Gannon at 8 p.m. Ithaca hosting the Cornell D2 team at 8:15. Brockport visits Canisius at 8:30, and Binghamton is on Long Island this weekend. They visit Farmingdale for a 9 p.m. start. That should just about do it for our broadcast here from Fredonia. Our final score, it is a 6-0 final in favor of the Blue Devils as they beat Buff State for a second time this season and improve their divisional record to 3-0-1. They essentially have a lead in the division, and they will attempt to make that stand up through the rest of the 6 games that they have in divisional play. Thank you again for joining our broadcast this afternoon as we wrap things up here from Steele Hall in Fredonia. Again, thanks to Sarah Gracie for her work on the camera today. My name's Aaron Elpern. Thank you so much for joining our broadcast. We'll be talking to you again later on this weekend, not only tomorrow morning with Hashik's Heroes, but tomorrow night for Buff State and Cornell at 7:30. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks again for joining us on the Nickel City Hockey Network.